Greetings, blessed love, welcome to Nestalin Wagwan. Welcome to episode 4 of I and I a Reason. My name is Sinai Flary, and as usual, I'm joined by my wonderful co-host, Mr.
Asha Heights to the universe, cupful, blazing.
Yeah, Asha. So it's been a couple of weeks, isn't it? We took a little detour off I and I a Reason, but it wasn't by our choice. I got licked down by some flu, man.
It's been a while, people.
Yeah.
Feels like forever.
It does. And we want to say, before we even get into this episode, I want to say thank you to everybody who WhatsApped, messaged, Facebooked, Instagrammed us, and everyone who's been listening to episode 3. Episode 3's views is gone through the roof at the moment.
Truly.
So thank you to everybody who's been listening to the I and I a Reason episode 3 podcast. We have episode 4 right here. Like I said, my name is Sinai Flary. His name is Asha Heights. Been away for a couple of weeks because we've been unwell. I had some, what do you call it? How would you guys describe it? Some kind of dirtiness. I had a bad cold. So yeah, I couldn't even record the podcast. My voice would have been off key. It's still probably not even 100%. I will be sipping on some garlic tea. Asha's just given me some garlic tea, so
yes, sir.
I'm going to be sipping on that. So if you hear me taking a few sips, it's because I don't want to be coughing in you lot's ears.
People, it's a terrible thing, people. And I'm sure people out there right now listening can relate and know, say, for the past couple months, a terrible flu I go around. I don't know whether them call that one day, but that one there are some different one. And some new breed of flu there. That flu the normal. That flu the lick eye man down people. But now like big man like Ayasha Heights. You know, man.
So what did you do to get rid of it? What kind of remedies did you have?
You know, it's like a combination of getting good rest, a combination of staying warm, a combination of hot baths, a combination of lemon and onion, ginger and garlic mix up. As I say, enough liquid, enough water, enough vitamin C like orange. You know what I mean? All them can avoid the lime and lemon, all the citrus them.
I was on soup for 3 days with enough pepper, enough garlic in my soup, and it was made me feel better, but I'm still not 100%. My voice is still a bit croaky, so like I said, I've got the garlic tea right here. Good thing you lot can't smell my breath. But you're going to hear my breath.
Yeah, man, but you don't know. The garlic is a good remedy. So, man, I say the garlic is a good. And even the steaming with the, we call that thing there?
Oh, the Alcalado.
Yeah,
big up everybody who knows about Alcalado, yeah? The little green bottle, right, that your parents used to rub down on you. It's like a traditional Caribbean thing. I think in Jamaica they have bay rum, but it's the same sort of thing.
Yeah, in Jamaica there's a bay rum thing.
Yeah. But Alcalado is in this bottle that we can get over here in London in all the Caribbean food shops, and it's got a little penguin on it. Boy, let me tell you, that thing there works miracles. So big up mummy for telling me to get. I think she actually came with me to get the Alcalado, you know.
True.
So yeah, big up my mum. Took me down the market to get my Alcalado, and I tell you, I was steaming out with that, and I felt like a little child, you know. It took me straight back to childhood when mummy used to rub me down when I used to have a little sniffle and thing. So yeah, man, that worked, but still a bit bunged up. But we're here. And as usual, if you want to get in touch with us, right, you can email us at iniareason@gmail.com.
True.
So that's iniareason@gmail.com. You can send through comments, you can send back feedback, you can send back any topics you want us to discuss. If you're on Twitter, Instagram or Facebook, they can follow us at I and I a Reason podcast, and don't forget to use the hashtag, which is I and I podcast, and we'll get all your comments. So I'm going to be doing less talking this week because my voice is not all there. And Asha, you're going to tell us about where you went was it last week? Yeah, where did you go last week? You went somewhere.
On Friday or Saturday? Saturday, no.
It was on Saturday, yeah. You went to the Masters of the Empowerment. So you're going to tell us who was there, what it was about. You're going to review it. I'm going to sit here. I need to get some more of my garlic tea. Yeah. So that was at the Lighthouse in Camberwell.
Yeah. That was in South London, people. You know. And we give thanks and praise for all of the ones that will travel over distant lands and seas to come deliver the message. You see me, I say, yeah, we give thanks to all the ones them will come forward. You know, from the man called Leo Mohammed. You see me, I say, I've been seeing this man doing the works on the front line for a while now, even through the August the 1st Emancipation March. This Virgin is always there representing the Nation of Islam. You see me, I say, I give thanks. Man like Bro Addison Agbanje. You get me, I say? Yeah, he was the bridge when opened the whole seminar, the whole reasoning. You see me, I say, followed by the great Mutabaruka.
Stepping razor.
Yes, the great Mutabaruka, barefoot man.
Wagwan Muta.
You see me, I say, do give thanks, my lad. You see it? And then followed by one and only Dr. Umar Johnson. You know what I mean? Yeah, unapologetical African, you know? You see me, I say? Yeah.
And he's actually a relative, isn't he? Who's he a relative of? Is he a descendant of, is it Frederick Douglass?
Frederick Douglass, yeah, because, you know, every time you watch him on his platform, whether it be a live, or whether it be a seminar or a function, or whatever it is, he always tell about him history. You know what I mean? The whole lineage coming from Frederick Douglass come all the way down to his parents and to him. You see me, I say? But concerning this recent thing on Saturday we went to, the vibe was up there, the vibe was up full. I'm a give thanks, and I'm kind of reach a bit late, so I'm not really get to see the first performer that well, but I get to see Mutabaruka, I get to see Dr. Umar Johnson, and it was something memorable, you know? Yeah, something for I'm on to hold on for a long while, because every day I rise now is like a piece of it keep on replaying in my mind and thing, and give her every time. It's like every different day it bring a different energy.
Was the place ram? Was there enough people there?
The place was filled with INI, and in from the young to the middle age to the old, the elderly, everyone was there, all decked out in African fabric, and you see me I say colourful, and you see me I say everyone come out to us full joy the vibes and celebrate and cheer on these speakers. You see me I say great energy. Great energy, and Mutabaruka did deliver, and Dr. Umar did deliver. You know what I mean? And it was like a vibe where even when them finish and thing, the meeting and the greeting, taking pictures and taking videos and answering questions, it was an upfront vibe.
They had time for people afterwards.
It was personal. You know, one-to-one was a personal vibes, you know? And I think they came out to kind of energize London town, because them hear what I go on and them know what I go on, so them like them come for kind of bring a healing. Yeah, and the healing was in the atmosphere and everyone feel it. You get me? I say, yeah man, because even after they can hear ones and ones speaking about how much them full joy, the vibes, and how much it was refreshing and them need more of this, and you see me I say, so yeah, give thanks and salute to Mutabaruka and salute Dr. Umar Johnson. Yeah, we do give thanks to the energy king and kings, you know? Yeah man. And to all the ones that will turn out from the young to the old, all colours, all walks, you know, boys and girls, kings and queens came out, colourful, a joyful sight. As the man say, I'm going to give thanks. I see some old face from back in the days. And I say, yeah, I don't know, I go already, yeah, because it's a South London thing, and I man used to reside in
we're not doing all that ends business.
Yeah, it's not an ends thing, you know. It's not an ends thing, you know, but when I say, I man used to reside in the South.
True.
And I man forward at this thing, and in the South it was. So it's like, I see ones and ones I've been see for years, and it was a good vibes.
Everyone just reconnect.
Yeah, man,
vibes.
reconnect, and it was a good vibes, you know, yeah.
Yeah, man, it definitely sounds like a good event. I mean, I was at home sick in bed, man. I was even like, when I think Dr. Umar was tweeting, and I was like replying to him, is there going to be a live stream? I'm sick. Like, is there going to be he didn't even get back to me. I thought, no, he's probably busy. But I know someone's probably recorded it, and I'll be able to catch up on it.
Yeah, man.
You know, online. Yeah, because all those things are always documented. But yeah, man, big up the promoters and the organisers who put on this event, the Masters of Empowerment, man. It was a great, from what I've heard from people that I know that went, it was a great night. Yeah, and we need more of that, man.
We do.
Especially in this current climate, which we're going to kind of touch on now. You know, I think on our last episode, we were supposed to find some good news to come and report to the people then. I think you were supposed to get a good news story. I was supposed to get one. And I tell you, it's been hard. It's been hard to find some. So, I I can talk about the good news at the end of the show. But the reason I'm saying it's hard is because life in London at the moment is hard. London is making headlines around the world for all the wrong reasons. And I was born in London. I grew up in London. I went to school in London. I worked in London. I went to university in London. And I'm now raising my family in London. And for the first time, it's like I feel like, rah, it's a different time. Because at the moment, let me just read you some information in case everyone's wondering, what's she talking about? So the London murder rate has overtaken New York City for the first time after a spate of fatal stabbings and shootings in the month of February. So in the month of February this year, 15 people died in London. Whoa. They were either stabbed or shot. Compared to New York, where 14 people lost their lives. So London is on edge, and the sad thing about it is these things are happening to our youngsters, our youths. I'm hearing the future, exactly. I'm hearing 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds. The most recent one that I heard about was the 17-year-old girl that got shot and died on the streets of London as well. That was in Tottenham. And it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, Jono.
It's heartbreaking because you're seeing, for the first time, it's like a whole generation of teenagers that are fearful. And it's not just the ones that pass away that it affects their family. What about the perpetrators? How is that going to affect their family, knowing that, you know, a child of yours or a member of your family has taken somebody else's life? What about the witnesses who witnessed their friends dying on the streets? They need support. It's just like a ripple effect that's going through the community that I feel like people just don't know what to do now, you know? And my heart really does go out to everybody who's been affected by what's been going on in London. And I can say, like I said, I've lived in London all my life, and this is not the first time I've felt like this, because stabbings and shootings have been going on for a long time in London. But it just kind of, when they do happen, sometimes they don't make the news. There's some areas where shootings and stabbings happen every day. You go to some estates in South London, like, you know, like in certain areas of Peckham, for example, stabbings happen all the time. But they don't make the news. And I just feel like something needs to be done. Now, people are saying, oh, there needs to be more stop and search from the police, or there needs to be more police on the street. And I'm like, I don't know if that's I don't know if that's gonna solve it. Is that gonna stop? Why are the teenagers feeling like, I want to go and put a big sword down my tracksuit and walk out the road and take someone else's life? Yeah, if a police stops and searches him and finds him, okay, that's one knife off the street if you're looking at it like that. But you're not getting to the root cause.
Yeah, the root.
To stop that child from picking up that knife or ordering that knife, because some of these knives I'm seeing that are being found, they're not kitchen knives. They're ordering them online, and they're like big swords or
intentions.
What's this, zombie swords? All these different names, and they're not there to like just poke some. They're there to kill. They're there to kill. You know, it's something like in a movie almost. You know, and like I'm saying, something needs to be done. And I don't want to be here and be all negative and say it's the parents and where it's this, but we do need to take accountability. The parents do need to step up and know what their children are doing. Not because your children are smiling with you in your house. And hi mom, and they're just sitting there quiet on their phone.
Innocent look.
Take their phone and look in their phone and find out what they're doing on their phone. Who are they talking to on their phone? What social media platforms are they on? Who are they messaging? Because you think it's just a phone. You don't understand, your child can reach the world from their phone. Parents, if you're not into technology, I don't know.
Get into it.
Get into it. Because from your phone, your child could be messaging somebody in a different country. They could be video calling. They could be showing the person where they are, showing them their house, showing them this. Please, please, please take initiative. Take initiative. And like I said, I don't want to be just blaming the parents and say, okay, how did we get to this? I don't want to be blaming music people, music artists. But then again, let me be real. Yeah, not no go around here. Some of this music that these children are listening to is crap. It's crap. And some of you parents, sorry, I'm going to be called, I'm a parent too. I love music too. But it doesn't mean say I'm going to be playing certain music around my 8-year-old or around my 9-year-old. If you're cleaning up and you're doing your housework, mothers, yeah, you can't be playing certain songs and then wondering why your son is going to turn around and call you a certain word that he heard you play and sing along to in a song.
Yeah.
It's like a double standard. Where did we all of a sudden forget about the teachings that our parents and our grandparents and our aunties gave us? It's just all gone out the window. It's like, oh, I can't be bothered. I'm just going to play this music. Oh, I can't be bothered. I'm just going to have a party in my house till what o'clock? And my children can be there in the middle of the party too. Like, I'm not your friend. And then we wonder why they talk to us like they're our friends. Like, oh, pass me my food. I'm not your brethren. I'm your mother.
Straight up.
You know what I mean? I feel like it all goes down. It's always going to come back to the parenting. Because what you let your child get away with in your house is what they're going to feel like they can do worse and more outside. And I feel like we need to take a grip. Get off our phones. Get off your social media and your Snapchat, mothers and fathers.
True.
And stop trying to slide in people's DMs.
True.
And be sliding up into your child's phone and into your child's homework books and into your child's classroom and find out what they're doing.
True.
I just think we've got our priorities all wrong, man. And it's not just the parents, because even like when you look at like the wider family or the elders in the community, they don't want to tell your child nothing. Because some of us parents, the way we go on, don't tell my child nothing. Do you know what I mean? And your child could be rude. And they'll be like, don't tell my child nothing. Isn't it? It takes a village. Why have we gone away from it takes a village to don't tell my child nothing? If your child's in the wrong, your child's in the wrong. I remember when we was playing out, yeah, when back in the day. Listen, if any of my mum and dad's friends see us doing any kind of thing on the road, I know your mother, you know. One little walk up the road, and then you see your mum come out. Your mum wasn't busy on her phone. Oh, leave it, it's all right. No, your mum would come out on the road, call you from down the road, Sinai, come here, all in front of your friends too. And you were so ashamed. You were so ashamed. Whatever it was you was doing, you would never do it again. Because you get slap up or you get told off in front of your friends and they're all looking at you like you're a little idiot. Like, do you know what I mean? We've gone away from that. But then is it the government's fault because they say you can't slap your child, you can't do this, you can't do that? Like, I don't know, it just goes round and round. But us as parents, you know in your gut what is right and what's best for your child.
True.
You know what music is appropriate for your child. And if you don't know, go and ask your mother, your mum or granny. Granny, do you think I should be playing this to Shaquan, who's 5? And if you have to bleep it out no, it's not okay for Shaquan.
It's not appropriate.
Yeah.
True.
I just feel like we need to go back to that. And I don't want to be all negative, because I do want to big up some people in our community, yeah, who are doing like amazing things in terms of like the youths them with what's going on, right? I'm just going to look in my phone. But do you have anything to say on this while I get the information up, Asha?
Well, you see the whole meditation while going, I don't think it's one thing or one point to blame. I think it's a mixture, you know, of different things and at different levels as well. You see me? Yeah, so it's like, yeah, at first it was the parents. Secondly, it was the school. Thirdly, it was the peers. Fourthly, it was probably the football coach, the pastor, you see me I say? The teacher, this one, that one, the neighbor, the bridging down the road. You see me I say? Then it probably was the employer. You get me idea with the co-worker, and then the whole system as a systematic kind of vibes were set in place for the youth them go astray, because there is no facilities, there is no centers, there is no proactive thing where cultivate the youth, their mind, to be great people in society. It's like a thing where they must take away everything from the youth them, and expect the youth them to sit down now in them couch and watch TV all day. And then that's how the thing go. The youth their mind is fresh and young and ready to take on things, and if it's badness out there ready available, that's how they want to take on. It's me I say, so I don't think it's one thing to blame. I think it's a mixture of things at different levels.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think I was just coming down harsh on parents because I'm a parent, and it's like when you're a parent, you kind of know how you're parenting, but because you're, you know, your child goes to birthday parties, your child goes to where other children are, you see how other children are misbehaving and their parents are just letting them do it. That's why I'm talking about my experience when it comes to parenting. Or you go to a child's birthday party and they're playing inappropriate music. I'm like, you know what, yeah, I gotta go. Come on, son, we gotta go. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I come down hard on the parents, because it's just lately I've just been seeing a lot. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of things where I'm like, no man, we can't be. Is this us?
Yeah, that's where it starts. Yeah.
You know, but it's not all the parents. There are parents out there who are doing the right thing, as hard as it is to do the right thing. We have to big up everybody who's doing the right thing.
Yeah, man.
And on that note, let me find the information. So, you know, with this epidemic that's going on in London, there's a lot of organisations who have been doing good work for a long time in the community, but now they're getting the airtime on the news because there's a crisis, and they're like, oh, how can these community groups help? They've been helping. They have been there for a long time. So I want to salute the following companies, that have been in London, in and around London, doing great things with our boys and with our girls as well. The Reach Society, that's a social enterprise that encourages and motivates and inspires black boys and young black men to realise their potential. Also want to salute the Manhood Academy Rites of Passage programme for black boys. I also want to salute the Origin Rites of Passage programme for black boys. Also, Road CEO, it's a business acumen and social skills company for black men. Also, I want to big up Guiding a New Generation.
Gang, you know? Yeah, gang.
Guiding a New Generation. That is Raspek and Red Pill Trio, or Red Pill Teal. I have to get the name. But yeah, they've been going around London and doing reaching out in the community.
Yeah, I've seen them in action myself personally. And it's a good vibes, a good energy, you know? Yeah, man, positive vibes and conscious vibes. Give thanks.
Yeah, man. So big up Raspek, Fire Bingy, and everyone at Guiding a New Generation, aka Gang. Also, West Side Young Leaders Academy. They are instilling the tenets of success in our leaders at a young age and creating an awareness and understanding of the opportunities that exist for their lives. Southside Leaders Academy, I think they're based in the south side of London. Eastside Young Leaders Academy, and there's also the National Association of Black Supplementary Schools.
Yes, sir.
That's a resource centre for supplementing schooling for black children, for advice for parents, and also for schools. And then there's the Black Families Education Support Group, Super U Academy, African Sons and Daughters, the Black Child Agenda, Cheryl Phoenix, big up yourself, Ultra Education, which is ensuring that all children and young people, regardless of their background, basically have access to information of how to become an entrepreneur. And then there's Fathers to Father, supporting and providing adolescent boys and fathers and their families with mentorship, information, and other things to help them with their personal, social, and economic development. So those are just some of all those companies.
Salute.
You can Google them.
Salute.
And they are all doing different things, but great things in the community. So I said, I don't want this to be a depressing discussion about the knife crime. There is a positive side. There are people out there, loads of companies out there trying to push positive change, and we have to big them up. And if you need help, Google them and find out where they are and just go down. I'm sure they'll be willing to help you.
Yeah, man, a good vibes people. Support the people. It's the ones and we get the strength and the energy. Support them people and encourage them, because when I support them, we encourage them to keep on going on and keep the vibes going, you know. And we need more of them vibes, yeah. And for the ones them we do it, like me say, salute.
Yeah, man.
More
big
life.
Up.
Blessings.
All right. So, let's move on from that now and just touch on, you know, a little bit of good news. So it's the month of April, which means it is, what tribe is it?
Reubenites.
Reuben. Big up all the Reubenites.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know,
Reuben,
well, yeah, big up all the Reubenites. Next month is my month.
Just-
Simeon month. Simeon month. Yeah, so big up all the Reubenites. Also, we got to big up some famous Reubenites. Bunny Wailer.
Yes, I.
He was born on the 10th of April, so he celebrated his birthday recently. And he was born in 1947, so that makes Bunny Wailer 71. Yeah, man. And then today, who else is birthday? Who else is a Reuben? Them singers, them reggae singers.
Sizzla Kalonji.
Oh, yeah, Sizzla Kalonji. Let's find out when his birthday is. Oh, hold on. Before we talk about Sizzla, today is Capleton's birthday, actually. Capleton, let's see. His real name was Clifton George Bailey III. Yes, love the name. Capleton. So, King Shango, the Prophet,
Yes,
King
right.
David, Fireman.
More fire.
Yeah, he celebrates his Earth Day today. He was born on the 13th of April 1967. So that makes Capleton 51. Still going strong.
Jaja.
Yeah, man. So let's find out about Sizzla now. Sizzla Kalonji. He's been doing a lot of great work at Judgment Yard. Isn't he building a museum, actually?
Yeah, I see some clip on the Instagram where say, you know, he's building his museum and things. So, make we look and see what go on, people.
Yeah.
Yes, say, look up full, so we give thanks.
Yeah, I think it would be good for him to have a museum. He's a living legend. I think Capleton should have one as well. Because they got the Bob Marley Museum, they got Peter Tosh Museum, and they got the Bunny Wailer, actually, funny enough, just opened a museum in Jamaica. So all the Wailers have a museum.
Yes, Rasta.
So it would be nice, actually, Sizzla to go to a Sizzla museum. Yeah, why not? So Sizzla's birthday, another Reubenite, 17th of April, 1976. So he will be 42, turning 42 this year. Yeah, so that's another Reubenite. That's Sizzla Kalonji, or his birth name, Miguel Orlando Collins, but we prefer the Rasta man name.
Kalonji.
Kalonji, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so yeah, man, lots of birthdays. So that's something good to talk about. But in the midst of talking about birthdays, we've got to talk about people who've transitioned.
Wow.
So Winnie Mandela, warrior woman. Yeah, so Winnie Mandela passed away. I think the news broke over the Easter holidays that Winnie Mandela passed away. And I was kind of like, I was shocked because it was the same when Nelson Mandela died. They're the kind of people you always think they're going to live forever. You know? Like,
They do, though. You know? But yeah, physically, yeah, but I think I was going to be there.
yeah.
But, no, mortality, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of like an end of an era, like that whole thing. Because I remember when I was at primary school, and it was the whole thing with Nelson Mandela was still like in prison, and I remember at our primary school we was making like cards and stuff, and our head teacher was like, she's gonna send them to Nelson Mandela, and we had to do banners, free Nelson Mandela. Yeah. What do you mean? Listen, my little primary school, you know, we was well into the struggle. You think it's joke? We was there like making our banners. We used to try and, you know, but back then it was like there was much more involvement in politics. Now they kind of keep politics out of it. But I remember when they announced that Nelson Mandela was free, and they played that song in assembly, free Nelson Mandela. Yeah, you think it's joke? Listen, big up Miss Hennessy, right? My head teacher at my primary school. I remember she played that in assembly, and I thought, wow. And we was all excited because Nelson Mandela was finally free.
Sure.
And I remember coming home and my parents were telling me about it, and I was like, what? And I remember him walking out. They showing it on TV, and him walking out with Winnie, and I was just like, wow, look at that, you know what I mean? But I think Winnie Mandela kind of always gets forgotten about, because people know so much about Nelson Mandela. He spent, you know, how many years in prison, and then they kind of forget about what Winnie went through. Do you know what I mean? She was kind of left alone, her husband was in jail, and they used to torture her. Used to just come to her house, kick off her door, drag her up, beat her up in her house in front of her children, take her in prison. and leave her children unattended. And for any mother, that is torture. That's mental torture, to be separated from your children like that, and you don't know where they are, who's looking after them, have they eaten? Do you know what I mean? And I know Winnie went through so much, and for a woman in that time to be as fearless as she was, like, I've seen some video clips with Winnie, right? And she's just walking around like she's there with like maybe one of her little soldiers, and she's going up to like the white policeman at the time, because it was like, you know, apartheid, and then South Africa was under white minority rule. She's going up to the policeman saying, "What are you doing, my people? What are you doing with them? You're going to kill them. Take them out of the van now." She ain't got no weapons or nothing. She's just using her voice and her womanhood and her strong black womanness and her warrior womanness. And I think that's what a lot of people loved about her.
Yeah, man.
Is how fearless she was.
Yeah, man. Surely.
You know.
I personally, that's the reason why I love her so much, because you know, it's like, I don't think you're ever gonna get a next Winnie Mandela as long as life lasts. You know, she was one, and you know what I mean, she was special and she was unique, and the fire where she come with and the passion where she come with, you know, it's like, you know, I tell her, something different style, something different, and she will be greatly missed, and she will be greatly, you know what I mean, her presence will be, is it me, I can't even explain the whole fullness of it, but, you know, she will forever live on in the hearts and thoughts of ones and ones, and in the nation's memory. You see me I say? But you know, yeah.
They call her mother of the nation, isn't it?
Well, she is, you know, truly and truly. Yeah, she is, you know. Apart from, you don't know, Queen Omega, Rastafari, you know, what mama of creation is.
Empress Menina Star.
Yeah. You don't know, say, Winnie Mandela. Yeah. The next daughter of Africa that we're there. So give thanks, you know. Yeah, man, Queen of Africa, man. Do give thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Oh, it just feels like all our great leaders and sportsmen and entertainers, it feels like they're all leaving us. Like, when you sit back and look at like the amount of greatness that's left the earth over the last 10 years, just to think Nelson Mandela's not here, Muhammad Ali's not here, Winnie Mandela's not here. You know, if you're talking about entertainment, it's like, okay, Prince is not here, Michael Jackson's no longer here, Whitney's gone. It's just like, okay, and then we're left with who? That's not to diss off everybody that's here. But then it's just like, okay, and who am I supposed to, you know, point to as like a musical genius in this day and age for my children to study, for example? Do you know what I mean? I'm always like telling them, oh, okay, you're gonna learn about this one, and they're like, "Mummy, well, he's dead, isn't he?" Like, they know that this person that I'm telling them about is dead before I've even opened my mouth. I'm like, oh yeah, sorry. Be like, okay, like, I need to listen. People, dig deep within yourselves, right? And I know there's some greatness out there. We gotta start pushing ourselves. Do you know what I mean? Because this generation needs it. We need to see something spectacular and something incredible. Do you know what I mean? To inspire us and motivate us. We can't keep looking to the past and, oh, this one did this 50 years ago. Like, yeah, we shouldn't forget about them.
True.
But we need some Martin Luther Kings in this day and age. We need some Malcolm X's in this day and age. Some Marcus Garveys in this day and age. You know, and we've got loads of like living reggae artists who are like living legends. You know, I feel like Bob Marley and Peter Tosh, they've left, you know, they've inspired enough that we've got so many. But I just feel like when it comes to other fields, it's like, okay, who's going to take up Malcolm? Well, we have Dr. Umar, but we've got one. It's like, come on, we need more. You know what I mean? But Winnie Mandela, I think she's getting a state funeral. Anyway, back to what I'm going off topic again. I think it's because I'm a bit ill. Let me come back to what I was talking about, right? Actually, let me sip some garlic tea.
Yeah, man.
She's got a state funeral happening tomorrow, so that's Saturday. So they might show it on TV, they might not, because they're probably a bit biased, but I'm sure we can find a live stream.
True,
and then we can probably discuss it next week.
Mm.
Yeah? So that's Winnie Mandela, who's passed away.
Mama.
Yeah, R.I.P. And we also can't forget, Nelson Mandela, the great Nelson Mandela also.
We do give thanks.
Yeah, man. So, boy, while we're on the topic of talking about Africa, did you see that foolishness? Listen, I'm telling you. Did you see the foolishness about Ethiopia?
No, what kind of foolishness is that?
Oi, let me find it and tell you.
Yeah.
You're gonna be. I know what your reaction is. This is the part where Asher's gonna bun fire. You see how Asher's calm this week, yeah, and he's been talking a bit more because I'm ill. This is where Asher's gonna get vexed and bun a fire upon something.
Over there, coming now.
All right, so listen. Right, look, I put it up. I'm gonna read it out, and then you can respond. You got your lighter ready to burn your fire, yeah?
Yeah, coming now.
All right, the UK's Victoria and Albert Museum has offered to return on loan treasures to Ethiopia seized by British troops 150 years ago. Right, shall I read it again? It says the UK's Victoria and Albert Museum has offered to return on loan treasures to Ethiopia seized by British troops 150 years ago. That's the lighter, you see? Lighter. We want to see some light. Asher's lighter burning a fire now, right? And the treasures include an ornate crown, a royal wedding dress, and a gold chalice. So they've offered to return them, but on loan. Exactly. You see the silence?
John, what's that? People now hear what I go on, people. I'm sure say my ears not hear wrong. I'm sure me hear something like some people are England will give forward Ethiopia something with them teeth 150 years ago. And then it's only upon loan, so them are have to get it back.
Yeah.
Them something there, some liberty. Them thing they are big liberty. People don't know you are going. Big liberty.
And here's the joke thing, right? It says the overture comes as some of the objects will go on display until June 2019 at the museum in London to mark the anniversary of the Magdala battle in 1868. And there was also, what else have they saying here? Historians say, historians say 15 elephants and 200 mules were needed to cart away all of the loot that was taken from Magdala. Can you imagine how much stuff that is? So they needed 15 elephants, right?
Yeah.
And if people think I'm joking, this is a real story. This has been published in the newspapers over here, in the Telegraph, and if you on the BBC website or whatever it is, you can Google it, right? 15 elephants and 200 mules. So how much stuff did they take? But then you're telling me, oh, it's a wedding dress and a crown. How many wedding dresses and how many crowns?
Yeah, I'm telling you something. A dog can't carry that. You don't need no 4 elephants to carry them.
And here, look, they've got the items on display and stuff like that. Pictures of them. No, I'm like,
so where say gold and where say something where 4 elephants carry?
It's not 4 elephants. 15 elephants. 15 elephants and 200 mules.
I think there's a 4 elephants.
No. Oh, I might have said, does it sound like 4? Because I'm 6, so 15.
People now hear that 15 elephants for carry something. For carry them amount of jewelry there. Remember now, you're dealing with royalty, you're dealing with Ethiopia, you know. You're dealing with a place that never been conquered before, you know. So all the royal monarch, crown, scepters, clothes, everything, umbrellas from Ethiopia, you know. And they take 15 elephants for carry away the load of all these jewelry and treasures. And yet still these people are give back 4 items, a crown, 2 dress, and something else. Pan loan. You see them people are wicked.
Now hear what Ethiopia says. So it says Ethiopian artifacts looted by British colonialists in the 19th century are on display in London, but a top Ethiopian official says the treasures belong to Addis Ababa and they need to be returned to the rightful owner. Now, this is true.
Of course.
I'm like, how can you have things that you kind of stole?
Yeah, not kind of.
Not kind of.
We're not going to work with the kind of vibes right now. So now I say,
you're going to make me cough.
If you thief something, you thief something.
Thou shalt not steal.
Yeah, if you thief something, you thief something. I will not response who are the thief, you know. Because this is not about race now, class now, nothing. If I'm a person who thief something, you thief something. You see me, David? And for you thief something and it's known, say you thief it, and we can prove, say our one, you have to give it back. As simple as that. If you know wrong from right, and you talk it all the while, practice it, star.
But then hear what else. It says in 2007, Addis Ababa launched a formal restitution claim to have the treasures returned back to Ethiopia. So they started investigating this and started the claim in 2007. It's now 2018.
11 years.
And they've still had the stuff.
Still have the stuff.
And then they're saying, okay, you waited 11 years and then we're going to give it back to you on loan.
But remember I said, 150 years, they have it for...
Yeah, okay, yeah, 150.
Yeah.
So how are you going to thief people's things? This is what I don't get. How are you going to thief people's things, right? Take them and put them in a museum and it's all nice and then think that they've forgotten about it?
It's a bullyism thing, you know. It's a bullyism thing because it's like Ethiopia not have no army, Ethiopia not have no big defense for running and come take them things. Is me I say, it's a bullyism thing I go on. So people just open eyes and see what I go on. And I say, it's a double standard thing I go on. You see me I say, them can take what them want and give you back on loan and you can't take it because even though a year one, you can't take it the same way. So basically, a person will take away your things and give back to you as a loan and you have to have it for a little while and give back to the person like a for them one when you know it's a year one. Big disrespect and liberty. Yeah.
I don't just see why they just don't return everything that they stole.
Simple.
Because then at least it would be showing like, okay, you're showing some sort of remorse. Okay, you're owning up to it. Like, all right, we did some wrong. Here, you can have it back. Why don't you just give back everything that you stole? Give back everything that you stole from African countries. Give back everything that you stole from Indian countries. Just give it all back. Why don't you just give it all back? It's simple. Wait, you can't go around stealing. And the thing is, you say, like, if we was to go out and say, right, I'm gonna go in the shop and I'm gonna steal 10 iPads, you're gonna get arrested.
Yep.
It doesn't belong to you.
Yep.
You're not supposed to steal. It's not yours. You gotta pay for things. That's what you get told. But then it's like, okay, but it's a contradictory because you can go and steal things from other people's country and then they're not allowed to ask for it back. Why? Is it some sort of like, oh, you think that you're superior? I don't get it.
Double standard.
A double standard.
Yeah, man.
So then if say Ethiopia sent soldiers over here to just go into the museum, smash open the things, take the stuff and go, get on a plane, Ethiopian Airlines, whoops, back in Addis Ababa. What are they going to do?
They're not pass the airport. They're going to have a big car.
But then you stole it first.
Yeah, but I'm going to have a show say, you have to realise the people were in the world and the meditation of the people within the world.
Backwards.
I say, yeah.
I'll tell you, I'm going to be following this story, like, to find out what happens. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be following this one. I just think it's ridiculous.
Liberty Star.
Ridiculous. And they're teaching that in schools, like, to children. Like, you're telling children, don't steal. But then you're doing it. But before I go, let me just see if I find up a quote from someone in Ethiopia. Oh, here we go. So it says, many people think that Ethiopia think the return of the items should not be up for negotiations. And then someone called Elizabeth Wold Georgis, who's the director of the Institute of Ethiopian Studies at Addis Ababa University, she said they took someone else's possessions. It's criminal and they should apologise for that. So she was talking to Al Jazeera and she said, no European artefacts have been looted and taken to Africa, so why should it be okay for the British Museum to have looted African treasures and not apologise for it? So, you know, they sound really serious about it, and I hope they follow through. I don't hope they settle for some, like, they take some millions and leave it, because that's what they try to do, is try and buy them out with money. But I feel like, no, they need to be on this. Take back your things, man.
If it's not yours, it don't belong to you. give it back. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, man, definitely. Oh, I'm telling you, it's been a full-on episode, man. We got through it. I got through it, people. I got through it. If you want to send any feedback, about the episode, please send it or leave a comment on any of our social medias where it's posted. Big up everyone who's been leaving messages on our YouTube channel as well.
Light us up.
Light us up for that, man. Big up everybody. We see you, Maggie Edwards, Pamela Brown, Simeon. There was so many messages. I think someone else called Luke. Big up everyone who's been sending us feedbacks. We see you. We are getting in the process of replying to you all. Man. So if you want to get in touch with us, look for us at INI Podcast on all social medias. That's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you want to send us an email, it's iniareason@gmail.com. And if you want to interact on Twitter, don't forget to use the hashtag INI Podcast. Sorry, I'm singing because I'm happy because I got through this episode without coughing. And Asha, what's happening with the phone line, brethren?
Yeah, the phone line, people, the phone line. It's actually the whole flu episode and the whole vibes, and you don't know, I been busy, different the same way.
Yeah.
You don't know, doing what I do.
Phone line soon come, man.
Yeah, man, it come forward, but it's like, the boy them try slow it down, but I get stronger, so we give thanks.
You can't stop Rastafari.
Yes, the man say, Jaja see them a come. You don't know. Yes, the man say, so
but we are conqueror. But I am conqueror. Jaja see them. Come on, Asha, man, you go sing. Come on, let's sing this one.
I conqueror.
Yeah,
conqueror. We don't give thanks, people.
Yeah, man.
We don't know it go. Upful.
Thank you for tuning in. My name is Sinai Flary. His name is Asher Heights. And together we are INI Reason Podcast.
INI Reason Podcast.
Yeah, man. Give thanks for listening. Until next week, stay blessed, stay safe, stay healthy, stay in a positive meditation. Don't let no one bring you down.
Never.
You know what I mean? Because it's some spiritual warfare. We're going to talk about that next week, I feel like we've got to talk about that next week. Someone told me to talk about that, I think from episode 2, and I didn't get around to it. We're going to talk about that next week, man.
Spiritual wickedness.
Yeah, in high and low places, brethren. High and low places.
Burn
them!
Fire.
We might have to have 2 lighters next week. One for you and one for me.
No, I said, fire for blaze,
Yeah, man, definitely. Yeah, man, but thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, my name's Sinai Flary. His name's Asher Heights. Together we are INI Reason Podcast. We will see you next week or next strong.
Yes,
next strong.
Strong up.
One love, one heart, one aim, one destiny.
Rastafari.
I. Thanks for life. Blessed love.
Blessed love. More life for people. Do give thanks. Yeah, and give thanks again for being patient. Yeah, you don't know. We give thanks for the support. Saying strength.
Up full,
cupful, blazing.